Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Max Torque Garage. This episode I'm going to be doing some maintenance on my chainsaw. We're getting into the spring and I'm going to be starting to cut lots of wood here soon for the boiler, so I thought I'd take you guys through what I do on seasonal maintenance for the chainsaw. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is just kind of check tension on the chain here. So you can see if I pull on the chain, we can get a pretty good gap between the chain and the bar. So I'm going to tighten that up. If you have a vise, and you can use your vise, but you can also do this without a vise. Somewhere around maybe a little bit more. That's pretty good. Usually tighten it up a bit and then I'll give it a spin just to make sure that I'm not too tight. And then tighten back up your bolt. Your nut rather. Next thing is a sharpening. So I just use one of these paint markers and mark just any random tooth where we're going to start. I use this file in the guide, and it shows you the perfect, I don't know if you guys can see that in there, but it has angles marked and you want to sharpen your saw at 30 degrees. So I just like to run this along with the guide so that I can see where my 30 degrees is. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, once you're done the one set of teeth, then what I do is I flip the saw around in the vise. So as far as technique for sharpening, you want to make sure that you're just using consistent pressure and the full length of the file, like the constant pressure the whole length. You don't want to push too hard. You just want to let the file do the work for you, right? You don't need to really grind it in there. I do. If it's been a while since I did a sharpen, I'll do 7 kind of strokes. If you want to do like a quick sharpen in between tanks of gas, then I would just do like 4 or 5. And I'm left-handed, so it's a little bit difficult. But I find by flipping the saw around and then kind of working from back behind the saw, I can keep the pressure a little more consistent. And the goal is you want to take the same amount of metal off of each tooth, right? So if you end up doing 1/2 of them more than the others, when you go to cut a log, you'll see that your saw will be cutting, and you're trying to go straight up and down, but it'll veer off to the side. And it'll cut at a weird angle. Okay, that looks good. You don't need this guide. My dad used to just do quick sharpens in the field without these. I just find it easier just to... The important thing is just as long as you're consistent with the angle, I think. Ideally 30 degrees, but you can do less. Okay. So the last thing that I'm going to do here is just a quick little cleanup. Just to get some of this gunk out of here. You do want to flip your bar around fairly regularly. I mean, you could do it twice a season. Depends how much wood you're cutting, really. We cut quite a bit here for the boiler, but... And then you see all the gunk that's built up in there, so I'm just going to take the air hose and clean this out and blow out all around there. Don't forget your safety squint. once you get this snugged up, so your tension on your chain again. Yeah. Okay, that does it. Let's go test her out. Out of gas. So she's cutting a lot better. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification. And I'll have more maintenance type videos coming out shortly. Thanks, guys.